seconds to get rolling. Holy shit, we're live right here. Guys, I know I say it every time. Every single time I say we have the coolest guest on right now. But we do. Dude, CP the Tool Addict, y'all, how many videos have you put up on YouTube? Like
500 no, I'm only at 524.
Dude, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Okay, we're going to get into it, but I got to tell the folks we're here for the Quick 16 tonight. Tomorrow night we have Old Car Guy and Straight Six Fan on for a long format where, I've blocked out 2.5 hours of my life to devote to those guys. Tonight, you got 16 minutes, so we have a little over 15 minutes left. Quick 16 is a live feed, 16 questions, 16 minutes. It is my way to bring more folks to our followers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I hope to introduce all of our people to all of the people that are super cool. So why don't you tell us who you are and where they can find you?
My name is CP the Tool Addict. I'm on YouTube. I appreciate anybody that checks my channel out. I'm always an advocate of not being a subscriber unless you like my content. So just check it out. If you don't like it, it's not for you, but you can check me out, CP the Tool Addict. Everything I do, Instagram, CP the Tool Addict. My email, CP the Tool Addict. I've made it nice and simple, nice and easy for everybody. And yep. I'm a mechanic, own a shop. I'm basically a mobile mechanic with my own personal shop. Been working on cars since I went to trade school, did all that stuff. Do all the fun stuff that nobody likes, fixing garbage, basically. I don't get to do the cool stuff like racing like you guys, a lot of the car community does and whatnot, but hoping to get into that. I used to do it when I was younger. Yeah. And working on cars, you kind of lose interest in it. But now I'm fine.
When you're working on boring cars, that's the thing. You got to work on cool cars. Like maintenance is I can't do maintenance. Like I'm doing oil change on my daily tonight, and it's so boring. So I was like, I'm going to jump over here instead. And I'll probably spend some time after this talking to you. All right, dude, let's get into it. What was your first car?
66 Chevy pickup.
No, dude, that's awesome. Mine was a 66 GMC, so that's cool, man.
Well, you think I was commenting on it? I really love that thing. I was watching videos on it. Was huge fan right away. I knew we were going to be good friends.
That's awesome. Do you have a project car right now?
Nope. I have sold almost everything that I've had because I was downsizing because I was tired of having maintenance on stuff. I just have an old 80 Yamaha XS 850 that's mint, like 10,000 miles on it. I'm actually a bike guy too.
Nice.
Built several bikes throughout my life and did dirt bikes and stuff like that. So,
dude, that's cool. Well, how about the most recent car purchase or bike purchase at that point?
That would be the most recent. Was the XS 850 was the most recent purchase that I made last year. I've seen it. The guy was only asking $650, and I was like, "Yep, take it right now." I called him up. I said, "I'll be there to pick it up."
Dude, that's awesome. Well, what's the current fleet of CP Tool Addict?
XS 850 and a 2002 Chevy pickup LS.
There you go.
Oh, and I have a trailer. I have my PJ trailer that I love to death. Buggy hauler trailer.
Oh, cool.
Deck. So probably my most prized possession.
That's awesome. Well, what's a favorite car you've owned over the years?
My 66 Chevy. Also had a 68 Impala that I really loved. That was another one.
68. So I'm thinking 67 big swoop back, big booty. 68 same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
327. Just two door. Just I'm a sled guy. Love big cars.
There you go. There you go. Well, how about
big guy, big cars?
Yeah, dude, hey, and those cars, like, if that car is not named Big Booty Judy, there's something wrong.
They just float down the highway and love it.
Yep. How about one of your favorite car stories?
Favorite car story would be my 66 Chevy pickup. So it had a 4-speed Muncie in it. And I used to jack around with people and pretend I was push starting it and make all my friends get out. I'd be like, oh, this thing dies, and make them push start it. And I'd just leave it in first gear and granny low. And I'd be like, something's going on here, and then I just take off on them because that thing literally you could crawl next to it with those 4-speed Muncies. They're just first gear is just a stump puller.
Well, and if it's like mine is, it's like a 390 or 410 rear gear. Dude, like the 4-speeds were built. Yeah, the 4-speeds were built for like something that would have like a 320 rear gear. So you got to take off like instantly shifting to second.
Mine was a 3/4 ton too.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. So yeah, 410 gear and what motor would be in that truck?
I had a 327 in it too.
Oh, cool.
Huge fan of 327s. Awesome. My favorite motor.
Yeah, hands down. The RPM they can spin is always awesome. So, what's the fastest mile per hour you've driven or ridden? I guess.
So once again, I have to go back to the motorcycle because that's probably the. So I had a GSXR 750, and I used to be a hellion on a motorcycle, and did about 156 on a motorcycle, and that's enough to really make you think about your life.
Yes. Yeah, that's fast enough. So that's the fastest I've been to is on a 2007 600 and Kawasaki. And we did that for about 3 miles. And I was like, okay, this may be dangerous right here. Yep.
Yeah. The implications of death are right there with you.
Yeah, for sure. Now, before we started recording or went live, we were talking about Rocky Mountain Race Week and drag events and things like that. What's the next big event like in your world? What's the next event that you're going to attend?
Probably, if I can, Rocky Mountain Race Week or Power Tour. In that, or that, one I want to go with one of the three. So either first Race Week 1 or Power Tour or Race Week 2. One of the three. Yep. That's my goal for 2022.
That's awesome. Where are you at?
I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, dude, Oklahoma is going to be for 2.0 again. I think he dropped some dates and times the other day. Dude, the hard part is I haven't told my wife yet, but 2.0 is our anniversary is right in the middle of Race Week 2.0.
Oh, wow.
So I may have to beg some forgiveness and take her on a trip beforehand to get to do that.
Little early anniversary.
Yeah. Hey, honey, you want to go somewhere? Dude, who's your biggest inspiration?
Oh man, Jesse James.
Dude, that's awesome. That's the first time that one's been answered, and he's so like his fuck off attitude. Like, leave me alone, I'll do my stuff, and his ability to do stuff.
He describes me perfectly when I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the hardest people to work with as far as like, if you're not, if I'm into work and you're screwing around, I'm going to be like, listen, jackass, like, yeah. But I met the guy when I was a Mac tool dealer because I was a Mac tool dealer, and I liked him. I mean, I liked him before, but when I met him, I liked him even better because he's no bullshit type of guy, and that's how I am. If I don't like you, I'll just pretty much tell you, I don't like you. I'm black and white, that's all there is to it.
And the cool part is, like, with him, he's done so much. Like, there's a lot of people that attempt to be cool that haven't done anything. Like, I think that's probably the hardest part. Anyway, we're going to get soapboxy here in a minute. Let's keep moving.
Right.
This is a good question for you. And when I wrote it weeks ago, when we started talking about this Quick 16, you were one of the guys I thought about. But what's the closest tool to you?
Oh, probably my scan tool. Honestly, I have to go with that just because it's something that everything starts with it, and it's not my favorite tool. But my tools that I started with were my SK stuff. So there's different avenues I can go to with this, but I mean, as far as the tool that I have to have and I need every day is a scan tool. But
no. I'm talking about the one that's within arm reach. Like, what is the closest tool to you?
Right here. I actually carry a light and pliers on me all the time. So
how old are those pliers that you just had?
These ones are not very old, but these ones here are these are my grandpa's pliers.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're Vaughn and Bushnell, and they're like early 40s.
Oh, dude, 50s. That's so cool.
Yeah, they're actually a screw extractor plier that they do that people think. I mean, they're built great, USA made. Just nostalgic, good old forging of tools from back in the day. Back when stuff was
too cool.
Yeah, real awesome shit. There, I mean, it's just. I
Well, I
love
mean,
old tools.
like think about that. That thing's 40 years old and has been worked.
Yeah.
It was in his hands. It was probably in your dad's hands. It's like obviously in your hands, and you're probably not easy on stuff, I would think.
No, well, I'm not. I would say I'm probably not as hard on stuff as like a guy that probably doesn't have as many tools because I switched to having. I if I don't have the right tool for it, I kind of am spoiled like that. But that's what I learned over 20 years of doing this is that there is a tool that can help you out.
Yeah, buy the right stuff
Yeah.
if you need it. That's cool. And so my next question was, what's one tool you can't live without? And I would probably think a light that's on you all the time, pair of pliers, and then obviously the scan tool.
Yeah, scan tool is it's a major part of the business now. That's where I make the majority of my money. I do a lot of programming with keys and stuff, module stuff. But I mean, and I have 6 different scan tools, so. Wow. I can't even pick one because there's no one tool that does a job, but it's a major part of auto repair now. So it sucks in one retrospect, but in the other, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about scan tools, and this is probably, I need to tread lightly when I say this, but parts replacers and dudes that have the thought to, okay, why is it saying that is wrong? Like that's the dude I'm always looking for, is like the guy that's like one step further than, oh man, says your O2 sensors, says your O2 is bad. Okay, well, cool. I'll put the new one in, it goes bad too. I'm like, okay, well then what the hell was really wrong with it?
Yeah. And reading data is like one of the hardest things that people have time grasping. Electrical, learning where to start, having a process and whatnot. That's definitely a huge thing. So, that's one of the biggest things is taking me a long time, and I'm not the greatest by any means. I would consider myself average at best, but I do have my moments of glory.
That's awesome. Well, this is kind of switching gears a little bit here. Are you a naturally aspirated, nitrous, or boost guy?
So yeah, I did remember seeing this question and thought long and hard about this, and I think I've always been a fan of turbos. Because I was a huge fan of the Grand National. So, and turbos kind of started progressing here in the last, 10 years. And now they're, widely used, which is cool. But a lot of people start to hate them now. But I mean, one way or another, every platform does a deal. But I think turbos are really cool. They require less initial force and I think they're less destructive. I think they're just a better deal all over.
Well, I'm a turbo guy mainly because if you want to upgrade, so if you outgrow a Whipple supercharger, you're $7,000, you can adjust pulleys and things like that. You outgrow a turbo, you're, another, say at the, $3,000 at the most. For shit that we run, you're $300 or $400, or $500 or $600 to get an upgraded turbo,
Yeah.
So
nitrous was always the way, I know, back in the day, but I've seen a lot of guys blow a lot of motors, and it can be more expensive than turbos. And I feel like turbos a safe bet to go, conservative way to go.
Well, and the struggle with nitrous is you're either a really cheap nitrous setup and it's a button, or you start looking at some of the progressive kits. Like you're spending as much as a turbo, and I would much rather do a turbo.
Yeah, once you start getting stages in there and stuff.
Yep. Mark Schumacher here is talking about Jesse James. Great answer. And then he collects motorcycle diecast stuff. He collects Jesse James's motorcycle diecast. That would be a pretty cool thing. I would think you could really drop into the black hole of that. All right, we got 2 more minutes. If you're breaking stuff apart, are you WD-40 or PB Blaster?
Actually, I'm a Seafoam guy, but
okay, there you go.
I'm a Deep Creep. Seafoam Deep Creep is my go-to. I guess out of those 2, I'd probably go WD-40 because that's just what I used to always use.
All right, and then you gloves or bare hand kind of guy?
Bare hands. I mean, just grew up that way, so I got calluses on every knuckle.
Well, I was going to say, probably got some big mitts there if you're working with them all day.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to find some gloves that fit easily.
I got gloves, and I use the rubber gloves every once in a while if it's a really nasty transmission deal, but I just have done it this way for so long, it's hard to I like to feel, I mean, I want to feel it, I mean, and right. My fingers are like Vienna sausages. So that's, I'm not as some guys have little skinny fingers, have a little bit easier time than I do. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably the other reason.
That's awesome. Well, dude, that's the end of the quick 16. We've got
we
50.
made it?
Dude, we got 55 seconds. What's coming up? What should people be looking for on the channel?
I mean, I always am doing something with tool stuff. I'm doing some crazy stuff. I've been doing some comedy stuff. I like joking around, but eventually we're having a build with stuff with Cletus and Wasted Talent and a bunch of other guys are going to come up here to my neck of the woods, and we're going to Dudes with Wrenches. He gets left out, but
He gets left out.
I'm going to do my very first Volvo swap LS. I've done a lot of Jeeps around here. That's kind of like the thing, I guess, is just and there's guys that race, but some reason all my buddies are doing Jeeps, and that's my friends that are doing it, and I've been doing LS swaps with them, so that's kind of where we do it. But
that's February or March, right? Something like that. Maybe
April.
Yep. All right, dude, we got to go. 16 minutes. Bye, y'all. See you.